how your name can influence you. There is something most people carry every day without fully understanding its power. Their name. A name is not just a label. It is a sound, a symbol, a psychological program, and according to many ancient traditions, a spiritual signature. Across history, names were never given carelessly. Kings changed names before taking the throne. Mystics received new names after enlightenment. Even in ordinary life, people sometimes become the meaning of the names they constantly hear. So the question is, can your name influence your personality, your destiny, your confidence, or even the way people treat you? In this video, we explore 5 deep ways your name may secretly shape your life. Point 1. Your name becomes a psychological spell from childhood. Your name is the sound you hear more than almost any other word. Every time people call your name, they are not just getting your attention. They are reinforcing an identity. If a child is constantly called strong, gifted, or blessed, those words slowly sink into the subconscious mind. But if a name carries negativity, ridicule, or weakness, it can unconsciously affect self-perception too. Philosophically, human beings become the stories repeated to them. Mystically, ancient cultures believed words carry vibration. They believed sound influences consciousness. That is why sacred chants, mantras, and spiritual names existed in many traditions. Your name may be functioning like a daily affirmation or a daily limitation, not because of magic in the Hollywood sense, but because the mind absorbs repeated identity signals over time. Point 2. People treat you according to the feeling of your name. Names influence social perception. Before people even meet you, your name already creates an image in their minds. Some names sound royal, some sound intellectual, some sound intimidating, some sound warm and approachable. This affects first impressions more than many people realize. Psychologically, the brain makes fast assumptions from symbols and sounds. Philosophically, this reveals an uncomfortable truth. Human beings rarely see reality directly. They see interpretations. Even your name becomes part of that interpretation. In mystical traditions, names were believed to carry energetic signatures, meaning that names create emotional atmospheres around a person. This may explain why some entertainers, spiritual leaders, and influential figures intentionally changed their names. They understood something powerful. Sometimes changing the name changes the energy people associate with you, and eventually changes the version of yourself you grow into. Point 3. Your name can shape your destiny through expectation. There is a strange psychological force called expectation identity. When people expect something from you long enough, you may unconsciously start acting it out. If someone is constantly introduced as wise, dangerous, special, or troublesome, the mind slowly adapts to the role. This is why labels can become self-fulfilling prophecies. A name can quietly become a script. In ancient philosophy, names were often connected to destiny because they represented a person's perceived essence. Mystics believed names were not random accidents. They believed names aligned with purpose, energy, and spiritual pathways. Whether you fully believe that or not, one thing is undeniable. Identity influences behavior, and behavior repeated over years becomes destiny. So the real question is not merely, what is your name? But, what identity has your name trained you to believe about yourself? Point 4. Some people outgrow their original name. This is one of the most mysterious things about identity. Sometimes people feel disconnected from the name they were born with. Not because they hate it, but because they feel they have evolved beyond the energy attached to it. This is why artists create stage names, why spiritual seekers adopt new names, why rulers took throne names. A new name often symbolizes rebirth. Philosophically, this represents transformation of the self. Mystically, it represents crossing into a new level of consciousness. Even psychologically, changing the way people address you can alter how you see yourself. It can create a break from old identity patterns. The deeper lesson is this: human beings are not fixed creatures. Sometimes changing a name is less about escaping the past and more about announcing a new version of yourself to the world. Point 5. The most powerful name is the one you accept. At the deepest level, the true power of a name may not come from the name itself, but from the meaning you attach to it. Two people can carry the same name and live completely different lives. One may feel empowered by it, another may feel trapped by it. The difference is consciousness. A name gains power through belief, repetition, emotion, and identity. This is why self-definition matters so much, because eventually people become what they consistently identify with. Mystics understood this. Philosophers understood this. Psychologists understand this too. Identity is one of the strongest forces shaping human behavior. So instead of asking, "Is my name lucky or unlucky?" a more powerful question may be, "What kind of person am I becoming under this name?" Conclusion: your name may not completely determine your destiny, but it can influence your psychology, your energy, your confidence, your relationships, and the role you unconsciously play in the world. A name is more than a sound. It is memory, identity, expectation, symbolism, and sometimes prophecy. Perhaps this is why ancient societies treated names with such seriousness, because they understood something modern people often forget. The words repeatedly attached to a human being can slowly shape the human being themselves. And maybe the greatest power is becoming conscious enough to choose who you will be, regardless of the name you carry. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Do you believe names truly influence destiny, or is the power entirely in the mind?